Batman The Telltale Series. There's a reason Telltale is in the title of the game. If you've played any of your recent games since The Walking Dead, you know what to expect with this. It's the standard combination of action quick-time events, point-and-click adventure games, and choices that impact how the story plays out. What's also very familiar is the engine they use, and this game, more than any of the others, shows how much they need to update it. With chugging frame rates, stiff transitions, and no less than 6 crashes during my playthrough, and some more amusing glitches, at least till they cause one of those crashes. And as time goes on and they try and do more, it's something that's just going to get progressively worse. So what's different with Batman compared to the other Telltale games? Well, one of the clever ideas is that there's a few sections where one of the choices is that you can choose whether to go as Batman or Bruce Wayne. And that's a really appropriate idea for the Batman IP, as it explores the duality of the character. In fact, the plot is a lot more focused on Bruce Wayne rather than Batman. As unsurprisingly most Batman media tends to focus on Batman, it makes this particular story a lot more interesting, as it explores the character's other side that is often left on the sidelines. And to continue talking about the story, while you have the expected set of established Batman characters and villains, this game actually includes an original new villain, and that's a genuine original new villain, not Arkham Knight original. And they're actually a pretty good character, which is nice, and it's good to see how Batman reacts to a new villain, instead of repeating the standards we already know. Though on a more negative note, again something which is pretty standard for Telltale games, is that the choices don't have nearly the level of impact they like to imply. In particular, there was a major choice at the end of episode 2 that I thought could lead to an interesting what if alternate universe for the Batman mythos. But disappointingly, things just carried on as per the usual status quo. In the story's favour though, there weren't any particularly bad vocal performances. Though while it's nothing particularly bad, I would like to point out Laura Bailey's performance as Catwoman as a definite highlight for it. In terms of the rest of the gameplay, well, it's kind of hard to judge a quick time event action section, as it's not exactly the deepest mechanics. But there's some logic and consistency to the button prompts, so I guess that's a yay for them. There is also the point and click parts, which play out as detective sections where you have to link together clues in pairs at a crime scene. It's okay as something to mix things up, but between the small number of clues and the fact that all clues at the scene are used and they're always in pairs, it means that it winds up a bit basic and easy. This linking thing is also used a bit in the action sections, as there's parts where you'll plan out your attack and what to do with each bad guy. But again, it's a bit basic. You have 2 options, and it doesn't really make much of a difference. It's more just, does Batman hit him against a wall or a table? There's no better option as both result in you beating the bad guy, it's just slight visual difference, so it's not exactly much of a feature for it. So really, as with most Telltale stuff, it all comes down to whether you are interested in the story. And for what it's worth, I still rate Telltale as having some of the best writers in the industry. And the big difference here is that it comes in a Batman flavour, and personally I did quite enjoy the story, so I guess I'd recommend it.